I'm Chelsea, and this video will not be perfect. I already know that it's grainy. I see that. Um, it's my first video, and that is important because it fits with the theme that I want to talk about today, related to Agile and libraries of the minimum viable product. And also being authentic in the workplace and showing up as yourself and taking care of yourself and honoring what you have that's going on. So I've had this goal to get a website going, get a conversation going about some things that are near and dear to me in public libraries and to write. And recently I've gone through something where I have lost a big part of a finger, which is setting me back a little bit and kind of making me change how I do things. And so I thought, well, maybe now is where I start videoing instead of writing, because typing is sucking for me right now. And what I wanted to talk about anyway was minimum viable product. So this is a idea from Agile that we talk about, and it's really helping me out right now and oftentimes in life because it really allows for us to be human and authentic. So I remember I got into Agile about 3 years ago. This month, in fact, was my first training. And one of the big takeaways from that was the principle of we deliver value early and often, right? So this is kind of why also the emphasis on stop starting, start finishing, right? Like, what can we get across the finish line? If we're just holding on to things until they're perfect, then we're not serving our customers in the end, right? So the minimum viable product, or MVP, is all about just this increment. What can you deliver now that people can get some value out of? So if I wait until my website is perfect, if I wait until I've nailed everything about learning how to create a video, then I'm just kind of procrastinating or delaying my ability to deliver value. We see this idea of small increments. It's often referred to within Agile also as Kaizen. So Kaizen is incremental change. So it can be less overwhelming. Like, you don't have to nail things and get it perfect. What's one small change that you can make? And this is something that I've had really great success with in leading teams, to say, like, what are some ideas for one small change that we can make right now? What ideas do people have? And that can be less threatening than doing like a big change, or like we have to have this perfect project to put into place. And you can see examples of companies that are using MVP and incremental change in technology, like BiblioCommons or Sitka Evergreen, where it's like, here's a functional product, it's pretty great, and then they do upgrades to make them better, right? Like, so we're just always getting better. There is a lot of exposure in that because you're not waiting until things are perfect. You're showing up now with your best self. It's like the idea of good enough sometimes is. So it shows that we're vulnerable and that we're human, and that's the whole point of this video also. So let's do that. Let's practice that. For me, it's really relevant right now. It's what I have to do in order to continue on a forward path and not delay and feel like I'm still out there and participating. I'm just thinking too this evening about Agile says we welcome changing requirements. And so that's kind of what's just happened for me, is this changing requirement of things can't work the way that they always had to. As a leader in libraries, I want to demonstrate for other people the ability to be vulnerable and to practice self-care. So that's, for me now, allowing this space for things to happen as they in this new form. And hopefully it's more fruitful and my videos keep getting better and less grainy, and some conversations come out of this. Thanks. Bye.